welcome to a special late night airport edition of 5 Question Friday. I'm at Brisbane International Airport, about to jump on a plane to Hong Kong and then to Manchester for the seminar next weekend, and I thought I'd just find a sneaky little space off here to answer a few questions real quick before I get kicked out. First question is from Anonymous. How do you deal with questioning or doubts around the programming at the box? This one, more than anything, usually comes down to communication, right? They might know the programming, but have you communicated the rationale? I know Vakey from ANFIT and Projects Fit talks a lot about doing a monthly or a 3-monthly brief for the members so that they understand why we're doing what we're doing, what they're going to be doing, and the rationale, the intent behind it. So most of the time, it comes down to the communication from our point of view. Remember, most things are our fault. That's the burden of being an owner. Beyond that, sometimes you get members who get a little bit high and mighty. They confuse their capabilities with their ambitions. For those people, it's our job to be a realistic coach, right? Remember, we're a coach first, a friend second, and sometimes, rarely, but sometimes we've got to knock them down a peg. We've got to make them realize that, just because they came 478th in the Open last year doesn't mean that they get to dictate our programming. So number one, 9 times out of 10, it's going to come down to communication, and then every now and then you're going to have a hard chat with a member and let them know what's what. Next question from Naoka. I hope I pronounced that properly. Love to hear your thoughts on expanding a current affiliate versus opening a second location. Really good question. First question I ask, before we look at expanding or opening a second location, have we optimized the current location, right? Are you running classes from 4 a.m. in the morning till 8, 9, 10 p.m. at night, back to back? Have you got all the members you possibly can? Most of the time, when a box expands or moves to a second location, when I come in and look at it, it's only running at 40, 50, maybe % capacity, right? What it could really run. A lot of the time, this is just us as owners getting itchy feet, wanting to do more. Maybe we could do this, we're drowning in opportunity. So we have to have some discipline, business discipline, and ask ourselves, is that what we really need, or is it just what we want? Have we absolutely optimized? Can we not fit a single other person into the location we've got? Are we running classes back to back all day? If we're not doing that, then optimize what you got first before you get into the headache of a bigger facility or a second facility, because it's not all as pretty as you think. It's a lot of work, it's a lot of management, it's not right for everybody. So before we get into the should we go bigger or should we go a second, third location, my question is, have you 100% optimized the current location you're in first? Next question, my man Tom asks, what's the best thing you've outsourced or saved time with your VA? For me and for affiliates, it's got to be email management. The ability to not have to reply back to the same damn emails every single time. Holder emails about nutrition, I've missed my class, all that kind of stuff. Putting together a frequently asked questions list of emails you respond to, and getting your VA to respond automatically to all those, by far, the best use of a VA's time. Next question, Nick asks, I'm finally going to man up, get in front of the camera and create video content. What story should I tell that won't make me look like a nervous wreck? Nick, awesome. I'm so proud of you for finally getting in front of the camera, man. It's not easy, especially to do every day. Tell your story, right? Tell what you know, right? So talk about who you are, your journey to get where you are, but most of all, share your passion. Make it a personal story, show a bit of vulnerability, and then use this to put out to the world to show, hey, we're not all big, scary, crazy people who rub their face in the gravel for breakfast. We're humans, and if you can show that passion, if you can show people that you actually care, that'll go a huge way to getting them through the door. If they can relate to you, that'll go a huge way to making them want to be part of your gym. So the first video you should shoot is just a nice interview with you talking to someone else. Don't script it, just have fun, be vulnerable, and congratulations for doing it, man. Good question. Last question is from Ben, and this is a really common question. How much should a coach earn per session? Now, unfortunately, I'd love to give you a solid answer on this, Ben, but we work with affiliates in 26 different countries. That's 26 different currencies and economies. It's a really hard one for me to answer. So I want to give you a consolation answer instead. How do we organize our pay scales, right? So how do we decide what different types of coaches earn within our box? So the way we do it is there's 3 pay scales or 3 pay grades. Pay grade 1, pay grade 2, pay grade 3. Pay grade 1 would be a beginner coach. They've got their level 1, they've done our coach development program, they can run a class by themselves, and they would be on X amount. Now, just as an example, I'm going to say $30 an hour. Don't get caught up on that, because $30 isn't $30 there. So let's just say $30 an hour for a pay grade 1. Their responsibilities would be running classes, and that's pretty much it. Pay grade 2 would be a standard coach, an experienced coach, right? They're going to have coached for at least a year. They're going to have obviously done their level 1, maybe their level 2. They've done our CDP, and they're going to have extra responsibilities like mentoring the level 1s and maybe doing a bit of private coaching as well in addition. And they're going to get paid, let's just say, for example, $40 an hour. Last one is going to be pay grade 3. You're not going to have many of these. These are going to be your top coaches, your senior coaches, and your head coaches. Their prerequisites are a little bit bigger. They definitely need their level 2 at this stage, and they're going to be required to mentor all of the coaches. They're probably going to be in charge of the rostering. They're going to be in charge of the programming most likely, and they're going to be in charge of developing all the other coaches. They might even run our CDP, and they might get charged $50 an hour. So I'd love to be able to give you a solid amount of how much coaches should be getting paid, but instead, that's how we run a pay scale. We have pay grade 1, pay grade 2, pay grade 3. We have the requirements, we have the pay, and we might even earn bonuses in there as well. So that's it for the special late night airport edition of 5 Question Friday. It's just gone midnight. I've still got 2 hours till my plane boards. I'm gonna go get some sleep. Thank you to everyone who gave me the questions. And if I didn't get to your question this week, I'll try and get to it next week. Next week's 5 Question Friday comes live, I think, from London. Have a great weekend, guys. See you later.